Once upon a time, a ship was sailing on a big ocean when a scary storm came. The sky turned dark and big waves crashed against the ship. The ship broke apart and all the people on it fell into the water and drowned, except one man named David. By God's kindness, David survived and floated to the shore of a quiet place called Lonely Island. When David woke up, he opened his eyes and saw nothing but sand and trees around him. He felt very alone and scared. As soon as he stood up, he started praying to God. He said, "Oh God, please help me. Please send someone to save me." But days passed and no one came. David spent his nights sleeping on the soft beach under the stars, feeling cold and hungry. Every morning, David woke up and prayed to God again, but still, no help came. After a few days, he felt very sad and thought, maybe this lonely island is my life now. He stopped waiting for help and decided to make a home for himself. David collected wood and grass from the island and built a small hut near the beach. He found broken pieces of the ship, like a rope and a pot, and kept them in his hut. To survive, he ate coconuts that fell from the trees and caught fish from the sea. He started living in his hut, trying to be strong. One day, David made a small fire outside his hut to cook some fish. After cooking, he went to the sea to catch more fish. When he came back, he saw a terrible sight. His hut was burning. The fire had spread, and his only home was gone. David felt so sad and angry. He looked up at the sky and shouted, "Oh God, I asked you to send help, but you didn't listen. I made this hut to live in, and now you burned it too. Why are you doing this to me?" David felt very upset. He kept talking to God like this until the night came, and then he fell asleep on the beach, feeling hopeless. The next morning, David woke up to a loud noise. He opened his eyes and couldn't believe what he saw. A big ship was near the shore. He was so happy that help had finally come. David ran to the ship, and the people on it welcomed him. The ship started sailing away from Lonely Island. On the ship, David asked the leader, Captain James, "How did you know I was here on this empty island?" Captain James smiled and said, "We saw a fire coming from the island last night. We knew someone needed help, so we came to find you." David was confused and said, "But I didn't make a fire to call for help." Then Captain James pointed to the shore and said, "We saw the fire from your hut burning." David suddenly understood everything. The fire that burned his hut was the same fire that brought the ship to save him. David felt so thankful. He realized that God had a bigger plan for him. The fire wasn't a punishment. It was God's way to bring help. David started thanking God with a big smile. In our lives, we make many plans, but sometimes things don't happen the way we want. When troubles come, we lose hope and start to question God. But we should keep faith in God and stay patient. God has a special plan for each of us in this big world of over 8 billion people. If we keep trying and trust God, His blessings will help us through every problem. So, whenever your plans fail, remember that God's plan is always bigger, better, and more amazing than yours.